Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 There's no book, there's no board.
Strange.
First I brought that.
There's a speaker, at least.
That's something.
Yes. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
So it's 10th canto
Yep, done canto.
and
10 to 10.
10.
Chapter 10.
Chapter 2, text 10.
Chapter 2, text 10. Okay. Achisyanti manushas tvam Achisyanti manushastvam Achisyanti manushastvam Sarva Kama Vareshwarim Sarva Kama Vareshwarim Sarva Kama Vareshwarim Dhupopahara Balibihi Dhupopahara Balibihi Dhupopahara Balibihi Sarva Kama Vara Pradam Sarva Kama Vara Pradam Sarva Kama Vara Pradam Achisyanti manushastvam Sarva Kama Vareshwarim Dhupopahara Balibihi Sarva Kama Vara Pradam
Achisyanti manushastvam Sarvakama Vareshwarim Dhupopahara Balibihi Sarvakama Varapradam
Achisyanti manushastvam Sarvakama Vareshwarim Dhupopahara Balibihi Sarvakama Varapradam Achisyanti manushastvam Sarvakama Vareshwarim Dhupopahara Balibihi Sarvakama Varapradam
Any of the ladies?
Achisyanti manushastvam Sarvakama Vareshwarim
Dhupopahara Balibihi
Sarvakama Varapradam
Achisyanti manushastvam
Sarvakama Vareshwarim
Dhupopahara Balibihi
Sarvakama Varapradam
How is it with translation? Somebody is translating into French or not needed? Or
This one needed, yeah. I'm going to do my best.
okay, you know French, huh?
Yeah, I'm French.
Oh, I would never have known. Good. Word by word. Achisyanti will worship. Manusha, human society. Tvam,
Tvam,
unto you,
unto you,
Sarvakama Vara Ishvarim,
Sarvakama Ishvarim,
because you are the best of the demigods,
because you are the best of the demigods,
who can fulfill all material desires.
who can fulfill all the material desires.
Dhupa,
Dhupa,
by incense.
by incense.
Upahara,
Upahara,
by presentations.
by presentations.
Bhalibhi,
Bhalibhi,
by different types of worship through sacrifice.
by the different types of worship through sacrifice.
Sarvakama,
Sarvakama,
of all material desires.
of all material desires.
Vara,
Vara,
the blessings.
the blessings.
Vadam,
Vadam,
one who can bestow.
one who can bestow.
Translation, by sacrifices of animals, ordinary human beings will worship you gorgeously with various paraphernalia, because you are supreme in fulfilling the material desires of everyone. Repeat after me, please. By sacrifices of animals,
By sacrifices of animals,
ordinary human beings
ordinary human beings
will worship you gorgeously
will worship you gorgeously
with various paraphernalia,
with various paraphernalia,
because you are supreme
because you are supreme
in fulfilling the material desires of everyone.
in fulfilling the material desires of everyone.
These are the demigods. They are praying to Krishna in the womb of Devaki. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 7:20, Kamas tais tai vidya jnana prapajyante yadevata. Those whose minds are distorted by material desires surrender unto demigods. Therefore, the word manusha, meaning human being, here refers to one who does not know the actual goal of life. Such a person wants to enjoy the material world by taking birth in a highly elevated family with the benefits of education, beauty, and immense wealth, which is in this material world, are desirable. One who has forgotten the real aim of life may worship Goddess Durga. Oh, okay, sorry, I was mistaken. It's not. They're actually not Krishna. They're praying to, they're glorifying Durga Devi, who has taken birth. How is it? Sorry, I'm a little out of. I didn't prepare. I forgot the exact sequence of events here, but I think Durga Devi has entered the womb of Mother Yashoda. It's like that, huh? I think that's what's happening here. Anybody help me? Anyway, it's about, they're praying to Durga Devi. So, one who has forgotten the real aim of life may worship Goddess Durga, Maya Shakti, under various names, for different purposes and in different places. As there are many holy places for the worship of Krishna, there are also many holy places in India for the worship of Durga Devi or Maya Devi, who took birth as the daughter of Yashoda. After cheating Kamsa, Maya Devi dispersed herself to various places, especially in Vindhyachala, to accept regular worship from ordinary men. A human being should actually be interested in understanding Atma Tattva, the truth of Atma, the spirit soul, and Paramatma, the supreme soul. Those who are interested in Atma Tattva worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yasmin vijati sarvam evam vijatam bhavati. However, as explained in the next verse of this chapter, those who cannot understand Atma Tattva, Pashyatam Atma Tattvam, worship Yogamaya in her different features. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam 2:1-2 says, Srutavyadini Rajindra Jendra Mrinam Shanti Sahasrasa Apashyatam Atma Tattvam Grihishu Griha Medinam. Those who are materially engrossed, being blind to the knowledge of ultimate truth, have many subject matters for hearing in human society, however. Those who are interested in remaining in this material world and are not interested in spiritual salvation may have many duties. But for one who is interested in spiritual salvation, the only duty is to surrender fully unto Krishna. Salva Dhamma Parijatya Mamikam Sharanam Raja. Such a person is not interested in material enjoyment. Achishanti Manushastvam Sarvakama Parishvarim Dhupo Pahara Bholibhi Sarvakama Varapada. By sacrifices of animals, ordinary human beings will worship you gorgeously with various paraphernalia, because you are supreme in fulfilling the material desires of everyone. So, in many places in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna despises the worship of demigods. Kamas Tayo Hitadyana Prapachan Anya Deva. Only those whose intelligence has been distorted by the illusory energy take shelter of various demigods because of material desires. Now in the Western world we've gone even lower because we don't know about these demigods. But we are worshipping other big guns, leaders in human society, and so on. Everybody is worshipping somebody. That is the natural inclination. We know that we are dependent. We have so many desires, and to fulfill these desires, we take shelter of various powerful personalities, hoping that they will help us fulfill these desires. So that is actually one, that is simply because of our ignorance. Because one thing is that we will not be happy with all these material desires. What is it actually we want? We simply want to be happy. And but our mistake is that we think we will be happy by sense gratification. In this material world, everyone is after sex, thinking that this is the ultimate fulfillment of all our deep longings. But it's a mistake. It's not actually what we want. We want we want simply to love and be loved. But because we think that we equate sex and love, therefore we become so mad. But it's a mistake. Conditioned soul is actually has this deep longing in the heart for Krishna. He just doesn't know. He's become diverted into so many other things. But that's really what it is. And every now and then, the conditioned soul actually encounters real love, then because it's supremely attractive, he realizes this is what I really want. When people meet a pure devotee of Krishna, they become attracted. They don't know why, but that is the reason. The devotee knows that this is why they are attracted. Therefore he doesn't become puffed up when people are attracted to him, because he knows the reason is simply this. The reason is, I'm not after anything. I simply try to become a devotee of Krishna, and I try to help others also to reawaken their dormant love for Krishna. But because people, there's such a rare thing in this world. Everybody is selfishly motivated. The so-called love in this material world is nothing but lust. It's a perverted reflection. It will never satisfy us. It's not the same. It's a cheap reflection of the real thing. And because we don't know better, we go for it. But when we actually every now and then encounter something which is pure, then that attraction is multiplied many times. I had just a little example. When my Guru Maharaj was passing away, Sridhar Swami, he was in Mayapur in 2004, and devotees would come and make kirtan for him. He was lying on his bed, couldn't do much, but he very much appreciated that devotees would come and chant for him. So one day also a group of Gurukul alumni would come, a group of youngsters, and they were chanting for him. And I was there also, sitting in the back. And right in front, he was lying on his back like this, with his bloated stomach. And right in front of him there was this beautiful teenage girl, was like a gopi with big doe eyes, so beautiful. And at one point he turned over on the side so that he could see, because he couldn't really see them. He was, like I said, he was lying on their back. But then at one point he turned over so he could see all the devotees the young devotees who were there. And there was this young, beautiful girl right in front of him. And and their eyes met, and I could see she was just, I mean, picture this, he was not so old, he was 56, but his body was finished, he was dying, I mean, there was no question of any material enjoyment. He wasn't how to say, fit for anything like that. But still, I could see that there was this. Instantly, she fell in love with him. Why? Because Sridhar Swami was a Gnostic brahmachari. He never had any women in his life. He was innocent in that way. And of course he was a very wonderful devotee. He dedicated his life to the service of Srila Prabhupada. So that purity was there. And that was so attractive. And that's something that transcends this material attraction, which conditioned souls they mistake for the real thing. So anyway, it's proven I've seen many times in real life the proof that when people if we get a glimpse of the real thing, the real love, which is there originally between the living entity and Krishna, then we intuitively we understand, yes, this is, and people, even the conditioned souls, they also, they instantly become attracted. So anyway, our duty is to become pure like that, try to reawaken our original love for Krishna, and share that with others. And that is very powerful, and it's more, it's very convincing. Philosophy is there, and we must know the philosophy and understand by logic that there's no happiness in this material world. We are the happiness we are after is just there when we reconnect with Krishna. We are parts and parcels, and we were made to serve Krishna, not to serve anybody else. And we understand that in theory, and then we apply. There's a process given. We follow it. We practice serving, loving Krishna, much like a child is learning the skills of life by imitating the adults. Here in the temple we come and we worship the deity. So many rules and regulations are there, and we follow them. There may not be so much spontaneous attraction, but by practicing like that, gradually our dormant love for Krishna will awaken, and we can share that with others. That is what we should do. Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Any questions? No.
What a person who didn't realize that there is no happiness in this material world and still is looking for the happiness there should do.
What was the first? What we should do if we don't?
We still are looking for the happiness in this material world because we haven't realized that there is no happiness there.
Yeah, then that's actually then one is not. Then one has to suffer more. What can I say? It's actually the next of devotion. That is the basic criterion actually for taking up sadhana bhakti. Is that one understands that there is no happiness here. Most of us, we are, not very intelligent. We cannot understand just by hearing. Most of us, we only come to Krishna consciousness after suffering in this material world. Krishna states it very bluntly. If we have just a little intelligence, we can understand Krishna's argument is very sound. Hams pasaja bhugati kayona evate adi antavanta kauntiya vateshu ramate. How can we find happiness in something that is temporary? The pleasures that are derived from this samsparshaja, the contact of the senses with their objects, has a beginning and an end, Krishna says. So for that reason alone, everybody knows that the pleasures of this world have a beginning and an end. And therefore they cannot give us real happiness. It's a counterfeit. But we don't know anything better. We think that is all that is available. Therefore we go for it. But it's quite obvious. We cannot become happy by sense gratification. People sometimes they realize this and then they commit suicide. But that's another foolishness because they think they are the body and by finishing the body they will be finished. But they are in for a surprise. The body will be finished, and because they were so disgusted with the body, they will not have another one. They will wake up as ghosts. And then the suffering, then you really get to see what is suffering, because we think that it's bad to have a gross material body, but it's even worse not to have one. And to have to loiter in a subtle body. Still having so many desires, but no opportunity to fulfill it. So anyway, we should listen to Bhagavad Gita and make a shortcut, not why we have to keep banging our head against the wall, trying to enjoy in this material world. It's quite easy to understand there is no happiness here. By hearing from devotees, we will come to our senses and understand this. That could be. That is another answer. Hear from devotees. Then you will understand that there is no. It's the will of the West. There's nothing here. Material energy makes a big illusion of the will of the West. There's promises of happiness in this world, but we should become intelligent in the association of devotees and understand that it's simply a big illusion, a big show. There is really nothing. Hare Krishna.
Sorry. Thank you for a wonderful class. I know you probably said it, but I didn't hear how one gets a body which is without gross.
You have to speak a little louder.
Okay, sorry.
Louder.
I know you've probably said this, but I missed what you said when you said how you achieve a body which is not gross material body.
Ah. Yeah, it's not a great achievement, but it's if you commit suicide, typically, either willfully or, like if you die intoxication is a kind of suicide also. If you die in an intoxicated state, you may also become a ghost. It's very unfortunate, but many people today are heading for that. Mode of ignorance is very predominant in this modern day. The result is often that you take birth as you become a ghost. People are afraid of ghosts, or they don't believe in ghosts, but devotees are not afraid because we know what it is. It's not a mystery. It's just another one of the disturbances that we have to tolerate in this world. There are ghosts everywhere and they cause a disturbance, but what to do? We have to chant Hare Krishna and go on with our business. Here there used to be a lot of ghosts in this place, but it's much better now because so many devotees are here. There's a lot of hearing and chanting going on, so then they may still be there, but they are very much subdued, so that we can live with it. We just have to tolerate it and not be afraid. People, when one is ignorant, one is afraid of, the biggest fear is the unknown things, but when you know something that takes away a lot of you know what it is. One is not afraid, you know how to deal with it. Okay. Hare Krishna.